This is TV1 News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, Rosso admits department needs fixing, 10 contest Hirihane Namo, and CCIC Kimbe challenge on. Papua New Guinea's coffee is trending well in today's international market and is proving to be a promising commodity for the nation. However, Open Member for Pomio District shared concerns about the limited support the coffee-producing district is receiving. Above all, the coffee berry borer has been a major challenge that farmers continue to face in coffee production.
Today, the member for Pomio expressed the challenges coffee farmers are facing in production. He said they are keen on expanding the local coffee industry, but issues like the coffee berry borer is hindering.
Growers have informed me that they are losing about 20% of their crop from the borer, which is making it tough to survive.
He asked the national government and the Coffee Industry Corporation to address the CBB pesticide issue. Minister for Agriculture and Livestock, John Simon, said the lack of funding to the CIC and the National Agriculture and Quarantine Inspection Authority has been the major roadblock. But negotiation is underway to resolve the CBB issue.
And a lot of times, due to the funding constraint, though we submitted our budget, that is one of the main reasons why CBB, we're still fighting CBB. So I would like to encourage our farmers in those most remote places, please do continue to grow coffee. Coffee actually is trading very, very well in the market currently.
Mari Vere, TV1 News.
Prime Minister Marape has assured the people of West New Britain that the government will release funds for the Hoskins to Kimbe Road allocated in the 2021 budget. The Prime Minister announced after Governor Muthuvel queried the delay in the funding of this vital road link.
Following a petition by the people of Hoskins in West New Britain Province, Governor Sachinran Muthuvel queried the delay in funding to fix the Hoskins-Kimbe Road section.
Even Mr. Deputy Speaker, I've been given a petition by people from Hoskins also to address some of these worst affected roads. Mr. Deputy Speaker, the question is like the funding for national roads, for example, from Hoskins to Kimbe. It's a national highway, funding appropriated and allocated to Department of Works. But many a times we, provincial government, been blamed for not maintaining those roads. Can the Prime Minister give some assurance to our people that the appropriations meant for the Hoskins-Kimbe National Highway be given priority and released so we can attend to these roads?
Muthuvel explains that the upkeep of this road is the responsibility of the national government through the Department of Works. He said the provincial government continues to be blamed for not maintaining this road. Prime Minister James Marape assured the people of West New Britain that funding will be released to have the road fixed.
Last year we did release some funding for this section of road. There's some small work that is taking place. Whilst not adequate to do a major stretch, but I think some funds were issued. This year, whatever funding is budgeted for, we will each program it will be released as budgeted. So making assurance long Governor.
Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
The Department of Lands has been embroiled in controversy and labelled as corrupt and inefficient for many years. These were the opening remarks of the Minister for Lands, John Rosso, when giving report on the floor of Parliament on Tuesday. Minister Rosso said he has a mammoth task to get the department in order.
Faced with so many challenges, Minister for Lands John Rosso admitted in Parliament that he has a mammoth task in fixing a lot of issues with the department. Minister Rosso said these issues cannot be fixed overnight as it takes persistence, patience and continuity. Rosso added that amidst the reforms undertaken and the projects initiated over the last 2-year period, they have faced many challenges both externally and internally.
We have navigated through these challenges to achieve some policy reforms and initiated some major projects within our limited budget. The COVID-19 pandemic, which we did not foresee, also contributed to making it more difficult in achieving our aims and aspirations.
Rosso also clarified the status of state land in the country is due to much misunderstanding by the people. The independent state of Papua New Guinea is the rightful owner of all state land in the country upon the acquisition of it from former customary land owners or through sales and purchase.
Since the state is the owner, it through the Department of Lands and Physical Planning, as the administrating agency, apportions and leases part of this land either in allotments, sections or portions to persons or entities for a period of time not more than 99 years through the land-borne allocation process.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Minister for Health, TVWAN, came under the spotlight on the floor of Parliament today when he was asked to explain why funds were not allocated to the St. John ambulance. Abau MP and former Minister for Health Sepuka Temu told Parliament that St. John Ambulance has never received the money allocated for the 2 quarters of 2021.
But I noticed that St. John Ambulance missed out on the 2022 budget support, and that's unbecoming of a good government. Right now, Mr. Deputy Speaker, the last 2 quarters of 2021, worth about 2.75 million, has not been received yet by the St. John Ambulance. So today, Mr. Deputy Speaker, they have no money for fuel for ambulances. This fortnight, the 120 staff of St. John Ambulance will not be paid. So seriously, this is a very, very serious issue.
But we have process within our government systems where they have to follow acquittals. So these acquittals that they have come, I've had meetings with St. John's on many occasions, and I've asked them to get their proper acquittals to do it, because I am responsible for the money that is given to them. Now, we've become very reliant on St. John's. I'm not saying that they're not doing a good job. They're doing a good job. But we have, as the good member has stated, they're in 5 areas of our country. What about the other 17 areas?
You're watching TVWAN News. Stay tuned for more after these short messages.
It's Canapan, although he might go for goal himself. Oh, golazo! One of the sensational saves of this news.
Welcome back. Crowning of the 2021 Hiri Hanenamo will be staged at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium on February 13 this year. Chairman for Motu Koita Assembly Daddy Toka Jr. made the announcement at a press conference this morning. 10 young Motu Koitabuan women from the Central Province will be vying for the Hiri Hanenamo crown come February. Only one will come out successful to represent the Motu and Koitabu people as a cultural ambassador. Motu Koita Assembly Chairman and Deputy Governor for NCD, Daddy Toka Jr., announced the dates for the Hiri Moale Festival and the crowning of the 2021 Hiri Hanenamo.
We've pushed the date. I know there's been a lot of questions about the date, purely because there was a COVID surge in December. Hence, we needed to comply with with the measures. So we chose safety over anything else, and we moved the date to what it is.
The Hanenamo formalities will commence on Friday, 11 February, with the question and answer session at the Alibi restaurant. Cultural performances will begin on Saturday, 12 February. With the arrival of the Lagatois in the evening. On Sunday 13, the crowning will take place at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium. The MKA chairman emphasized the significance of the festival and the important role the crowned Hanenamo will play in advocating for the people of Motu and Koita.
A wonderful, intelligent, empowered young woman, sit here and talk about our culture and our heritage. and everything and anything to do with Motokoita. And that's what we're striving for.
Daddy Toka Jr. said in spite of previous delays, the festival's organizing committee will push to stage a successful event without any more delays. Meantime, PNG Air has come on board as a sponsor for the 2021 Hiri Moale Festival, scheduled for February 2022. PNG Air will be sponsoring the event by giving 10 free return tickets to the contestants. The annual Hiri Moale Festival is an event that promotes the Motokoitabu identity.
PNG Air, a sponsor to the 2022 Hiri Moale Festival, will be sponsoring 10 written tickets to anywhere within PNG to the 10 contestants. Its partnership with the event started in 2019. Simon Pitt, PNG Air Chief Commercial Officer, hopes the sponsorship adds value to the festival and its success.
The Hiri Moale Festival is back on, and I'm excited to announce our sponsorship of the event, with 10 free return tickets to anywhere of our 22 destinations. We hope our sponsorship will add value to the festival and wish the festival great success.
The event has been running for nearly 50 years. It was established during the days of colonial rule. Chairman of the Motokoita Assembly, Daddy Toka Jr., said contestants will go in for their prejudging next Friday and thanked PNG Air for showing its support.
Thank you very much for the support that PNG Air has shown towards the indigenous landowners of the city. It shows that such a partnership is only the beginning for many wonderful things to come ahead, especially with culture. And
Sarah Vani, reigning Hiri Hani Namo Queen 2019, also expressed gratitude to PNG Air. Antoinette Poivy, TVWAN News.
Cheap alcoholic beverages will continue to cause a lot of problems for our communities. With classes set to resume in a few weeks' time, Morobe's education advisor raised concern on the accessibility of cheap drinks with high alcohol content.
The 2022 academic calendar begins on Monday, January 24, with the resumption of teachers under the National Education System. Students will enroll the following week. Morobe's Program Advisor for Education, Keith Tangui, raised concerns that cheap alcohol will directly affect students' learning.
I'm very, very sad to say that students are involved in this. It's not the people in the village that are involved. It's the students who are in the urban areas and the towns. They're drinking this cheap beer because they find it very easy to buy, and then they find few minutes of happiness and joy, how they feel it. That cheap beer is going to become a burden to the parents and the schools and state. Unless the government stops this cheap beer and puts more tax on it.
Tangui pointed out that these cheap liquor with high alcohol content cost less than 20 kina in the shops, adding that taxing them would increase the cost, making it less affordable for students and those who are unemployed.
The beer is so cheap, they can easily get it by selling crushed cans and whatever. They can easily get that money and start enjoying themselves. So it's giving a lot of problems to our block people, community, even town where I live. It's so disturbing, loud music on. People running out, fighting in the street. So our government has to take a tough measure and at least raise up the price of that beer.
Tangui further said any student found to be intoxicated on school grounds will automatically be terminated as per the Provincial Education Act and Provincial Education Board policy. Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Meantime, Lay District Administrator Robin Callistus shared similar sentiments on the production of cheap alcohol. Callistus said these new cheap products have higher alcohol content, which will have damaging effects on consumers' health. Lay District is concerned about this and is looking at ways to safeguard its citizens.
Cheap alcohol, like 5 kina for that 90% alcohol, it's a concern. It causes damage to the people themselves and the community. When people have so much alcohol in their body and come up and they don't care. They just do anything.
Secretary for Department of Implementation and Rural Development, Aihi Vaki, has urged other districts to present their acquittals. Secretary Vaki said members of parliament need to do this before this term of parliament is up. He said the department has to run through each one to ensure there are no discrepancies and to ensure that the funds were used for its intended purpose. Each district is expected to acquit at least 50 million kina between 2017 and 2021. The secretary stressed that it's the people's money and should have been used to address their needs.
I know 2022 is we are now in 2022, and there is no time for any one of our members of parliament. Administratively, we take charge of these reports, and once you submit your reports, you are free.
The government will continue its reform agenda in all its agencies and departments. Treasurer Ian Lynn-Stuckey made these remarks when welcoming the new board members of the Central Bank on Monday in Port Moresby.
I nominate David Hall.
Treasurer Ian Lynn-Stuckey is adamant that the government will continue its reform agenda for the good of the people. He said the reforms were meant to change some things that had never been implemented. He stressed that good governance is important as it will bring favorable outcomes.
Governance suggests that legislation in most, if not all countries, after a decade, that's sort of a nice time frame for when a review might and should take place. With our Central Banking Act of 2000, from those early years when we passed that particular legislation, it's been well over 20 years. So I think the time is right, and that's the rationale behind it.
The treasurer added that with the new board members and the appointment of the acting governor, the government is committed in supporting and guiding them in their decision-making. He also mentioned that for the first time, a lone female has been appointed to the board. Minister Lynn-Stuckey clarified that the review into the Central Banking Act 2000 was done by an independent committee led by Robert Igara. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
This is TVWAN News. We'll be back with the day's other stories. Stay tuned.
Back to school 2022 come up easy turu wantem roots rice. 600 per line ikan gat sans lo win him 500 kina lo hap pony mark lo 300,000 kina. Lo gat sans lo win, you must buy him 10 kg roots rice product. Write him contact details below antap lo empty bag. Na drop entry inside lo entry box lo store. Vieni mipla online or sek him store lo kisi motok save. Win him school fee money wantem roots rice. Good pela rice, good pela price.
Sahal is waiting. Oh, wow! It's an opening, it's a chance, and it's a goal.
Welcome back. As PNG's long-standing partner in sport, Australia is proud to support the construction of 5 cricket pitches in Alotau, Milimbe Province. This initiative is jointly supported by Cricket PNG, the International Cricket Council and the New Zealand Government as part of the Cricket Facilities Enhancement Project, which is to build 49 cricket pitches across the country. The project will potentially allow 20,000 new players to begin playing cricket. Australian High Commissioner John Philp announced this important initiative on Tuesday, 18 January at Ahioma Village in Alotau. The Kimbe Challenge for the Coca-Cola Epatas Cup will go ahead, despite the New Guinea Islands region being excluded from this year's competition. CCIC competition manager Sam Coy approved and confirmed this. Early this week, draws are now ready.
With the 20th edition of the nationwide Coca-Cola Epatas Cup Challenge now underway, Kimbe in Western Britain is the only NGI centre confirmed to participate in this year's milestone anniversary season. West New Britain and East New Britain have always been part of the competition over the past decade. However, due to lack of sponsorship and the logistical constraints, East New Britain couldn't make it this year. CCIC competition manager Sam Coy said while initial dialogues with New Ireland and Arab have been established with favorable feedbacks, effects of the pandemic has not made it possible for the two centres. Coy said based on those underlying issues, Kimber will now represent the NGI Challenge with 4 clubs already registered and confirmed for this weekend, namely Mosa Weevils, Hoskins Moruks, Kimber Dolphins and Kimber Marlins.
So West New Britain has always been there. They probably came back, I think, about 3-4 years ago. And we only got East New Britain back in about, a year ago. So we were supposed to maintain it. Last year we couldn't. And this year, we really want to. We really want to have the NGI region participating as well. But like I said, it will all come back to sponsorship.
Coy again highlighted cost of travel and logistics are main constraints. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
A new-look PRK Gulf ISO squad looks set to make a strong impression in this year's Digital Cup season under new coach and former PNG Hunters live wire Roger Laka. Since pre-season started 3 weeks ago, training has been intense with more focus on fitness and conditioning, defensive drills and techniques.
As the new footy season draws closer, Gulf franchise PRK Gulf ISO have resumed pre-season training under the watchful eyes of original PNG Hunters number 7 and former Myoks General Roger Laka. Laka joined the ISO camp last season with dual roles as player and assistant coach. Just after New Year, he was confirmed as head coach by the Gulf ISO board. With a training squad of over 40 players under his care, Laka has wasted no time putting the boys through their paces since the first week of January.
First 3 weeks, we just focus mainly on defense, conditioning, getting fitness level up, also defense from Mipla. Test your boys under fatigue, all in up defend the way Mipla like more defend them. So yeah. That's basically the two main things we block, stress on, focus really hard on. Yeah.
Since assuming his new role as head coach, Laka has rekindled his love and passion for the game with the aim of taking the Gulf franchise to at least make the finals this year.
This year is different, start of preparation. So, if we prepare well, looking after the players, both on and off the field and, injury free, I think we got a good composition of players, a good team. But again, it's a process. So, yeah, obviously, now we need to clear in pre-season, and then from the trials, we can come up with a good squad.
Laka said they have planned 2 trial matches to trim down the squad to 35 or 30 before the season kicks off in April. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends TV1 News tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Pleasant viewing. Bye for now.
TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.